I felt I was kidnapped. I felt that kidnapped me. I was shouting. I was shouting. Jesus, Jesus. Hi guys, it's Oyechi here and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, welcome. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. But if you've been following the channel and all the welcome back, thanks for clicking on this video. Oh, so today guys, I'm going to be doing a story time. I am sure with the title of the video, you already have an idea what I'm going to tell you guys. Like some kind of things that just happen and then you tag it as hilarious years or months after it has happened. But at that spot, niggas, hey, if you've been following my channel for quite a while now, you know that there was a time I made a video about me schooling in Jos and my experience. And one of the major things I talked about was this language barrier. And yeah, it still happens to every single person that isn't a Northerner, but that lives in the far north or wherever. So back to my story, guys. There's this fateful Monday morning that I woke up from. I woke up at the right side of my bed. You know, usually when people talk about waking up from the right side of their bed, it means they woke up happy, right? Yeah, so on this day, I was really happy and enthusiastic. Like I was like, okay, there's a new week and new things to achieve, new milestones to break, new whatever to do. And yeah, I had classes by 8 o'clock that Monday. And I woke up early. I had my bath, I dressed and everything, just the normal usual student stuff. Okay, I went out and then I saw this bike guy. Usually I fly bike to school because I feel sometimes that's a lifesaver. From my school to my house, or maybe from my house to my school is a bit far. And whenever I am late, I kind of fly bike for the speed so that I can get there on time. So just like every other Mondays, I flew bike. And then the bike man was just speeding beyond control. And I'm like, Baba, it's only one life me I have. In case you have two lives, please calm down. He got angry because of what I said and dropped me before we got to school. He dropped me at the junction that wasn't even close to. Like I was still there to take another drop to get to school. And I was also angry. He was angry. So we just, that kind of, I beg, drop me down. I beg. Please, don't do. And he's like, I beg, get out. I saw this kind of argument. So I dropped down. And then I checked my time and noticed that I was already few minutes. Like if I stayed there for an extra few minutes, I might get late. I might go late for the classes. And if you know so well, there are some lecturers that you don't dare to come late for their classes. Like if you come late, you just stay outside. And I wasn't ready to start my day or having my week with that kind of vibes. So I merely went and I saw this keke that had tricycle that had two passengers. But though the driver's face looked really scary. And I was like, okay, if I enter this keke now and my mind wasn't settled. But owing to the fact that I saw a guy, a lady, and an elderly man in the tricycle, I felt a bit safe. Unknowing to me that those guys have gotten to that bus stop. So the moment I just entered, the keke or tricycle guy drove a little bit and then dropped them. So it was not left with me and the driver. I didn't have a choice. I couldn't drop at that point because I was already looking at my time and I needed to get to school on time too, all the same thing. So he kept moving. And then we got to this spot where we saw some cars and some other tricycles parked. But I couldn't really understand what was happening there because I didn't see anybody. But I think he saw some people. I don't know. But me, I didn't see anybody. But before I knew what was happening, this guy started speeding. Like when I mean speed. And I'm like, ha, what's it with this speed today? The bike guy I entered was driving as if he had two life. And now you are doing the same thing. And keke can easily fly. It can just fly and scatter. I'm like, Baba, calm down, please. Reduce, stop this too much drive. He didn't answer me. He kept speeding, and then before I knew what was happening, he entered into one lungu that I have never gone to before. I don't know if that place existed until that day. And the moment he entered that place, my heart began to beat as fast as, what will I use to explain this? But you know when water is boiling, like the pressure it used to boil. That's how my heart was beating. And I was like, stop this keke, stop this keke. Why are you taking me to? I am going late to school. This is not the route to my school. Baba, stop. Hey, he was speaking Hausa at the front and was still with that heavy speed. I got really, really scared. Hmm. I was on my phone. I didn't know who to call. I didn't even know what was happening. But then it would have been really bad if it was just trees and all of that. But there were houses. But then I think at that arena, nobody stays there. I felt I was kidnapped. I felt that kidnapped me. I was shouting. I was shouting, Jesus, Jesus, stop this keke, stop this. He wasn't stopping. God, I didn't know how to explain. I got so scared. And at some point, when I knew that boy, there was no way, I like, let me just use as an example. I started shaking. I started like shaking the keke. Baba, stop, stop, stop. He was angrily shouting at me and he kept on driving. And before I knew what was happening, okay, yes, he kept on driving. And then suddenly he gave me this stern look. I became perplexed. I became scared. I became worried. I was already 2 minutes late to my classes, and Baba was taking me into a place I don't know about. And despite all my shouts, it wasn't even helping matter because the more I screamed, the more the more he drove faster. When I had it to my like, when I couldn't take it again, I almost jumped out from the keke that was running because he kept on going inside. And I knew that if I didn't do anything at that point, I might just end up being kidnapped because I mean, now so you take kidnapping like in this our generation now. Any small little lose guard, they will just carry you enter one place. And I didn't want that to happen. So I was about flying down from the keke, and then he now understood that okay, I wasn't comfortable where I was again, and then he, this kind of forcefully stopped the tricycle and started telling me like that is VO, I mean whatever something, and I was like, what is VO? What is I can't really remember the exact pronunciation, but then he meant VIO and he was pronouncing it VIO, when I VO, I'm not VO, whatever. And I'm like, what does that mean? What are you talking about? Why do you bring me to this place? I told you I'm going to this so location, and then this is where you carried me to, and the only thing that your brain can tell you is VO. When I didn't understand, guys, I was angry. At some point, I even cried in the keke, like tears literally dropped down from my eyes. But I was trying so hard to act like the hard girl. Okay, then I turned my back and started going back to school. And I realized when I got to the junction, and I realized that all this while he was running from VIO guys that were at the back. They were not pursuing him. It was only him was running. Other tricycle guys were going freely. But I don't know why he was running. And I was like, okay, could it be that he stole this tricycle or what? But then this brings us to the point where I talked about the major barrier in the north is this language barrier. Most times it's like when you're in the north or wherever you are though, and you don't speak the general language, it's as though you're at a disadvantage side. And if it was for some people who really don't have the heart, some might just pass out there because it wasn't really funny. He was driving so fast, he was entering a place that I don't know, I've never been there before, and he wasn't even communicating. And each time he looks, turns back to look at me, he gave me this very stern look that detect like that me, I was understanding it as shut up your mouth. Let's go to what we're going to. I screamed several times, nobody had me. I shouted, nobody had me. And I'm like, after all the so much drama, it now was already about 10 minutes late to class when I got to the junction. And then I finally entered another tricycle because I wasn't ready to risk my life to enter bike again. The good news about everything is when I got to class, lecturer wasn't there yet. So I just went straight to this vacant seat I saw and sat down with my breath as fast as, what will I use to quantify the way I was breathing that day? Guys, I was scared. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the story time. I just felt like coming to just. But yeah,
share
I
my
hope
idea.
you enjoyed this one, and tell me in the comment section, Joe, if you've had similar experience about this language barrier. Please don't
Thing.
forget to give the video a thumbs up, drop a comment in the comment section, and subscribe if you yet to see my next video.